Hello everyone, Catweazle here, welcome to the channel, and welcome back to our playthrough of Perdition's Mouth, Abyssal Rift, where we're just about to go into episode 7. But I think what we'll do, just before we do that, we'll have a quick recap on our heroes. Let's go across to the player areas and just see where we are up to. And here we are with Tyra. As you can see, she is still on 5 hit points, so we're still reading across the top row here for her abilities, which is great. She's also got 4 cards in her hand. She has Bodyguard, Adrenaline Boost, Herbal Remedy, and Call for Help. So she's in a pretty good way, which is excellent, because we may need her in the coming turns. So that's Tyra, that's where she's up to. She doesn't have any sort of treasures yet. There's no treasures on this level, so we haven't been able to pick anything up as yet. But hopefully when we get up to the second level, we'll be able to do something about that. Okay, after Tyra, let's take a look at Elathabal. And here's Elathabal. Again, not much has changed. She's still on 4 hit points. We could boost that, so we might perhaps look to boost that before we go to the next level and get her up to 5. She can get an extra hit point back. But as regards the cards in her hand, she's got 5 in her hand. She has got Bonesaw, Experimental Device, Extra Steam, Pullback, and Grit. So that is her player area. And finally, let's have a quick look at Elisa. And here we are with Elisa. So she is still on 3 health. That's excellent. She's still using the top row here. She has 3 cards currently in her hand. She has Torrent of Fire, the excellent Elvish Dagger, which has been brilliant for us, and Grand Theatre. So that is fabulous. Now we've caught up with all our heroes, let's get back to the board and let's get on with episode 7. And here we are back at the board and ready to start the hero phase. So who is going to go first? Well, I think Tyra is going to go first. She's currently here. What is she going to do? Well, let's get to the Stone of Destiny. Let's flip everybody round. They are all ready to go again. So Tyra is going first. She's currently on the move segment and she has a pool of 5 action points. Well, she's going to spend 3 of them, 1, 2, 3, to go to sprint. So that leaves her 2 action points. Is she going to play anything out of her hand? No, she isn't, and we're not going to play any aid because although it's Tyra, we could use the Call for Help card, but we're not going to use that. We are just interested in moving. So she's currently got 2 action points to move, and we've also get to pull a response card. So we're not committing any cards. Let's pull a response card. We get a +3 and a shuffle the deck. So one of these did come up, but it came up for us. So that's brilliant. So first things first, we've got to finish off this card and what we're doing before we shuffle the deck. So she's got a +3. So with the 2 that she had left over, that means she has got 5 movement. And what she's going to do is she's going to go 1, 1, 2, 3 to get onto here. So that costs 3. She's got 1 movement point left, so she is just going to move there right next to Elathabal. Great stuff. So that is a good move for her. We can then get rid of this, and just before the end of her turn, it means we've got to put the discard deck and what we've got left here all together and give them a shuffle. So we've reset the whole of the response deck. Whoop. And we'll do a cut. And we'll put it back over here. Right, so that is it for Tyra's go. We will turn her shield inwards and we will go to our next player. Our next player is going to be Abyssal. Now, Abyssal is currently here on the rest segment, and what she's going to do is she is going to move 2 segments. So she's going to go 1, 2. That will leave her with 2 action points. So she can spend 2 action points to move, but she also gets a card. So let's get a deck. Let's flip this over and see what she gets. And she gets gasoline back. If you remember, because she rested, she was able to put these cards back into her deck. So she's got gasoline, and so many uses for such a simple substance. It's one of those where we can use it for pretty much anything. So there we go, gasoline 2. She now has a hand size of 6, but her max hand size is 7, so she's fine. Now, her movement. Well, I think what she is going to do is she is going to move. She's got 2 left. She's got 2 left. Is she actually going to use gasoline? 1, 2, 3. She is actually. We are going to commit gasoline, so that's going to take her up to 4 action points that she's going to spend on movement. And she's going to go 1, 2, 3 to be right next to the door, and 4 to open the door. So the door is now open. Righto, we are ready to head off onto the second level. Just got to get everybody down here and through there, so that's really cool. So that is the end of her turn. So push a shield inwards. We will discard gasoline, and that is it for Abyssal, which means that next up has got to be Elisa. And here we are with Elisa. What is she going to do? Let's go to the Stone of Destiny. She's got 5 action points. She's going to spend 1, 2 to go to aimed shot. So that will give her +1 combat, which is brilliant. She is going to play Elvish Dagger for 3, so that will be 4. She's got 4 against this guy. Yep. Is she going to play anything else? I don't think she is. So it's 4 combat against 2 defense. We're not playing anything else, so he needs a +2 or better. We could actually, we need a bit more, don't we? We do need a bit more. Can anybody else help? Urgh. The one who's nearest is Tyra, but I don't think she can really help. In fact, this may not do us any good. Oh no, we've got more than that, haven't we? What am I talking about? Duh. Yes. I knew it was a better idea than it appeared to be. Yeah. What we're going to do is we used, where were we? We were here on charge. We used 1, 2. So we've still got 3 action points left. So 3 of those action points are going to go into combat. That's going to make it 4. Plus that, it's 7. It's 7 combat versus 2. It's not 4 versus 2. So we know the highest we've got is a +3. And he gets a +1. So that isn't good enough. So we do put another wound on this guy. He goes into the dead pool. And our good friend Elisa continues to be a wheel of death. So she's managed to kill him. She gets Elvish Dagger back. And we discard this response card. So, brilliant. That is it for her go. Apart from, we are on aimed shot, which means that we get 1 movement point. Well, 1 action point for movement. This action point can be used to go into difficult terrain. It is allowed. So we're just allowed 1 movement, and I've just got to check whether we can go diagonally or not. Won't be a second. No, I don't think we can go diagonally. It doesn't mention it. It just says you may move 1 square. This move costs no action points, even if you move into special terrain or leave a threatened square. Well, we're moving into special terrain, but it's fine. So we will move normally and move to an adjacent square. So we just go here. It just gets us a bit nearer to this door and the exit. Right, so that is it for Elisa. She has finished. Brilliant. So everybody's finished. That's the end of the hero phase. Let's move on to the enemy phase. Here we are at the enemy phase, but it's looking pretty good for us because all we've got is this guy, and he's still miles away from that acolyte exit. But first of all, what we've got to do is we've got to pull one of these response cards, and we get a +1. We do get a red eye, but we no longer have any sort of monsters in the reserve, so we can't move any monsters from the reserve into the secondary and primary pools. We've got a +1. So we have got an attack. Well, there is absolutely nothing that this guy can attack. So again, our luck with the enemy watchstone has carried on. So that is fine. That is the end of the enemy phase. And that is the end of this turn. What we'll do, that seemed really quick. We will carry on. So we'll do another turn. So let's get back into the hero phase. And I'm back. Just quickly, while I was looking for something else, I'm not sure whether Elisa could have added her extra action points to her attack. I know you can do it for movement, but it's not very clear whether you can do it for attack or not. As it was 4 against 2, and the guard only pulled a +1, so she would have killed it anyway. But I'm not sure she could have, her leftover, she had 3, was it, leftover action points? I'm not sure she could add those to her combat score. Let me know about that one. I have looked it up in the rule book, but I can't actually see it. I know you can do it for movement. I'm not sure whether you can do it for actual combat and attack. Let me know about that. But as I say, we'd have killed it anyway, so no problem there. But just let me know if I can add the combat. That would be cool. Right, now we'll get into the hero phase. So let's spin these round. There we go. And what we're going to do is we're going to try and get off this level. So first of all, we will go to Abyssal. And here we are with Abyssal. So we go first to the Stone of Destiny. So she's got to get off the map. But before she gets off the map, what we're going to do is we're just going to move 1 to special. So she's moved on to special. That means she still has 3 action points left. And she's going to use her special ability, which is Healing Apparatus, which is here. So you or one adjacent hero heal 1 wound. The hit point, not the wound card. And she's going to heal that wound, and she's going to go up to 5 hit points. So that seems like a good plan. Let's get her up to 5 hit points. So she's now fully healed. She did start with 1 wound, but now she's healed that. And if we look at the Stone of Destiny, we've got a movement symbol with a circle around it, which means on a 2-for-1 ratio, we can spend our remaining action points. We've got 3 remaining, so we're going to spend 2 to move 1 space. And that 1 space is going to take us to the exit. Now, as soon as we get to the exit, you have got to take the model off the map, and you have to take this off the Stone of Destiny. So there you go. The reason we do that, I imagine, is so if we kept it here, see it's a special spoke, you'd be able to skip over without paying an action point. So as soon as you're off the map, obviously you're not on the Stone of Destiny either, so if you wanted to move through this special space, you wouldn't be able to skip it. You would have to pay an action point to go past. So we've took that off. and she is now off the map. In fact, we'll put her over here. So, totally out of the way, so we know she's not involved. So, good stuff. Alathabal has got off the map, and she's also healed herself, so that's brilliant. Next up, we are going to have Tyra. And here we are with Tyra. So what's she going to do? Well, she's going to move to the charge segment. That is going to cost her 2 of her movement. Of her action points. She's got 3 left. Now, she could call for help, but there's not much help that actually Elisa can give her. So what we're going to do is we'll just use her remaining 3 action points to move 3 spaces. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3. And she is heading for the exit as well. That is it for Tyra. She's obviously not going to do the combat part because there is nothing in range or anything, so we will just ignore that. Next we have Elisa. And here we are with Elisa. Right, what is she going to do? Well, I think she is going to hit the move segment. So that is just 1 to go on to move. So she's got 4 action points left. But first of all, she will get an extra card. Whoop. And she gets Smiting Fist, which is a 1 action point plus a response card when it's played, and it's for anything. This may help. This may help get us off the map next turn, because I don't think we're going to manage it this turn. Magic is art, art can be magic. So there we go, that goes into her hand. Good, good. And she's still got 4 action points for movement. She's going to have to use 3 to move into here and 1 to move off. So she's moving into another special terrain square that costs 3, and then she used a final action point just to move here. So unfortunately we couldn't get everybody off the map this turn, but that's not too bad. So that is the end of Elisa's go, and now we can move into the enemy phase. And here we are at the enemy phase, so we need to pick a response card, and we get a +2. We do not have an eye, not that that would affect us anyway, because we have no reserve monsters, but it's +2, so we'll move the green bead. So we've got a primary spawn, and then we've got a move. So first of all we go to the spawn, which is primary. We still have 1 acolyte left in the primary spawn, so we're going to put him here. That is great. We have done really well. We've got none of the really big nasties coming out, so that is excellent. So having done the spawn, our threat meter was on 1, so we only had to spawn 1 monster. Then we move on to move. So this guy will go 1, 2. He's not going to chase these, he's just heading for the exit. That is what their AI tells them to do. And it's 1, 2 for this acolyte. So they've realised there's been a bit of a massacre, and they're trying to get up here to raise the alarm before these guys escape. But I don't think they're going to manage it. Do you? So, having got this far, we may as well carry on. So hopefully I haven't made any mistakes. Otherwise, I will not be able to backtrack them. So apologies if I have. So let's get into the next turn and the hero phase. And here we are at the hero phase. This should be a lot quicker because we've only got 2 heroes now, as Alathabal has left the map. So who is going to go first? Well, let's whiz these round first. It may as well be Tyra first because she is further along the passageway. So what she's going to do is she's going to go 1, 2, 3, and she's going to go onto the move segment. Means she can draw a card, which she does, and she gets Wild Swing, which is combat, 4 action points plus a response card. Didn't see this coming, right? Woohoo! So she has now got a wild swing. Put that over there. And she used, what was it? She went from charge, 1, 2, 3. She's got 2 action points left. She's just going to use those 2 action points for movement. 1, 2. She leaves the map. And we take her peg off the Stone of Destiny. So, excellent from Tyra. Next up, it's Elisa. And here we are with Elisa. What Elisa's going to do is she's going to move onto the special part of the Stone of Destiny. And she's going to use her special ability, which is Blink, which is teleport up to 2 squares. Now that is a red number, so we can actually boost that. But I don't think we need to, because if we teleport 2 squares, we go 1, 2, and end up here. Then we have the circular movement allowance, which is 2 for 1. We have got 4 action points left, which will give us another 2. Yeah, because it's 2 for 1. And that means we just need 1 more movement point. Well, if we play Smiting Fist, we can use this for movement, which is 1 plus a response card. So that's what we're going to do. We'll get the response card ready. But what we'll do is we will do the special part of the special move first. So she's going to blink 1, 2, which means she goes to here. Then she's going to head for this exit. So remember, she's got 4 action points left, and we're playing Smiting Fist. So 1, 2. She's got a 5th action point on Smiting Fist, and whatever this response card is, we get a +3 and shuffle the deck. But that's more than enough anyway to get her here. So she has also left the map. And that is the end of the introductory scenario. We have got a victory. We came in over here. We managed to get past all the guards and the acolytes, killed 6 of them, 3 acolytes and 3 guards, and we managed to get into the 2nd level of Perdition's Mouth. What lies ahead for our heroes in that 2nd level? We shall find out next time. Yes, we've done 3 turns. We've managed to get everybody off the map. And what I'll do next episode is I'll show you how you set up for the next scenario and what you have to do. But just to make sure we do everything correctly, we did have a shuffle the deck. So we'll put those discards back in and we will shuffle our deck. So there we go. Give it another shuffle and another cut. So that is all ready to go. Excellent. So I hope you enjoyed that introductory scenario. As I said, it went fairly easy. I did have a lot of help, and we managed to avoid spawning a lot of monsters. As I say, if you do this first time and you know it's your first game, you may do things like, you know, where you run around here to try and take the guards on, and you know, you probably waste a bit of time, and if you waste a bit of time, then you're going to get more monsters coming on the board, and you know, it'd probably be a lot harder. But as I say, I got quite a bit of help, so we were able to get off the board, and we shall look forward to scenario 2. What I will do, I think, is, as I said, I'm not bothered particularly if we get our faces chewed off. It is to show you guys the game. So what I'll do is we will probably do a hard scenario for scenario 2, just to show how really difficult it can be. So this introductory one was like the standard. So for one of the 2nd scenarios, we'll have a look through, we'll pick one, and we will use the hard version and see how we get on, and just how much that difficulty will ramp up. Quite considerably, I'm guessing. But thank you for watching. thanks so much for all the subscriptions and for all the views and for all the likes. It is much appreciated. Thank you very much. Again, we've played 3 turns there. I may have made an error. And if you could, anybody could get back to me about the combat. I did add those action points that were over onto Elisa's combat. I'm not sure I can. Doesn't matter, because we'd have won anyway. It was 4 versus 2 and he only got a +1, so we did manage to kill it, but it's just so I know going forwards. I'm not sure whether you can. I know you can for movement, I'm not sure on combat. Okay, but other than that, fantastic. Any other errors, please let me know and we'll see what we can do. But as I say, we finished the scenario now, so probably not a lot, but it would be good to know in any event. And yes, thanks to everybody who's been across to Board Game Links to upvote the site. Thank you very much. And to everybody who has liked any of my videos on BGG or commented on any of the threads there. Thank you very much as well. I hope you join me next time when we will be going on to the 2nd level of Perdition's Mouth, Abyssal Rift. But until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.